Hello, and how you doing? And welcome back to another episode of, I guess, two Jagoffs, but honestly, it just feels like an episode of Lucas Carries or even the New Management podcast because I honestly don't know where Austin is. He was supposed to be here, give or take an hour ago. He has not arrived yet, so I have just decided that I'm just going to kick off the episode because, you know, some of us got things to do. You know, I'm joined here with the Four Horsemen, as per usual. Brought down all the merch. We keep that in a little shared bag. So I got that stuff. But honestly, I don't even know how I'm going to do this episode just one person. You know, Jack's got college now. You know, Mr. Jack Dean, he's in college right now. Nick Brown, I think he's in classes right now, something like that. I think he has classes till really late today, and I don't got time for that. And Austin's dad, you know, he's been MIA for a long time now. So, yeah. I don't really know where Austin is. So, you know, I wanted to just, you know, talk about kind of some issues I've been having. You know, me and Austin have been bickering a lot recently, and I want to clarify that I don't hold any grudges against anybody on the team, besides one. And I don't hold grudges to anyone in the Jagoff Mafia. I just want to make that very clear right now. There has been so many two questions about where I've been, and I want to say it is Austin's fault. But, you know, I worked it out with him. I went to 880 and took out my frustration. I booed the crap out of him. I hope you all saw that promo because I booed so very loud. And also, the Bakery Boys might be the most elite team in 880 history. I don't know if you guys saw the clip that I believe Austin posted. They're hilarious. I laughed so incredibly hard at all their jokes. That was great. I was really happy I got to be there. I had to sit by a leader. I had to sit by Carl. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Carl either, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be taking over. You know, this feels like a Lucas Carries. You know, I'm just excited. You know, today feels like a good day. You know, it's snowing here in Pittsburgh. It's nice and cold. But, you know, I did want to lean towards a little bit of a recap. You know, some games did happen last week that we got to cover. You know, got to keep two Jagoffs. Got to cover the sports and stuff. Honestly, I'm honestly glad Austin's not even here. Like, realistically, he's not that good of a co-host. You know, I have the Horsemen. The Horsemen are a better co-host than he could ever be. And, do you know what? Hey, asswipe, the Horsemen are there.
What? Oh. It's been a long...
What the hell are you doing?
Morning. Hi, Lucas.
It's afternoon.
Is it?
It's actually, you know, 1 p.m. You're supposed to be here at 12.
We on Steel City?
You look terrible. Steel City's ended, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You look terrible.
Do I? Do I really look that bad?
You look more disgusting than...
Where's my damn Coke?
Probably on my side of the table where you put it.
Oh, can I have it, please?
Now you can reach over and grab it.
Oh, it's empty. It's empty. Anyway. What is this, two Jagoffs? Two Jagoffs? If you could not tell, I have not slept in 4 days. I have pulled 4 straight all-nighters. I have not shaved. I have not taken care of myself. I am disheveled, Lucas. I'm disheveled, damn it! Because of them damn leaders by example. Some guy named John, Clayton King, the Bakery Boys. Lucas, I hope you know I have went in public to try and ask strangers if they saw the difference. I have asked my classmates, my peers, if they saw the difference. Even my own dad thinks I'm crazy, Lucas.
You crazy.
Think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy. The leaders are the Bakery Boys. And tonight, Lucas, we're going to really find out the truth.
I know you're a little sleep deprived, but it's tomorrow.
Today's Thursday.
Today is Thursday. No, maybe I'm sleep deprived.
I think
you want to know why I'm sleep deprived?
Why?
I don't know. Let's think here. Maybe because all I ever see you comment anymore is the leaders are the Bakery Boys. They're obviously not the Bakery Boys.
How?
The leaders have to fight the winner. So obviously the Bakery Boys couldn't win if they were the leaders. They're two different entities. You think I would ever laugh at a leader by example joke, Austin?
No.
I know you drive me crazy, but I know you're not this stupid. You say a lot of dumb things, but I don't think you're this dumb.
So you're telling me, Lucas, there is a chance
I'm telling you that there's a 100% chance that we do get a match tonight between the Bakery Boys and the Leaders by Example. I would bet my entire Point Park education on it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to no longer make any more social media posts. I'm not going to cry about this anymore. I'm not going to whine about this. I've actually sent Toddy Tondera, my good friend, my fellow broadcast colleague, to voicemail several times. I've not answered any of his FaceTime calls. I haven't answered Eamon. I've been ignoring all of them because I don't want to talk right now because I know that I'm the one going crazy. So, you know what? 880 Wrestling, my apologies. My apologies for my actions this week. I will be at Thursday Night Fights. I was actually thinking of skipping this week, but I'm going to show up at Thursday Night Fights. I might not look as good as I normally do. I might not be in my typical suits or my nice little fits that I always wear, but I will be there, and I will call the Leaders versus the Bakery Boys, and I'll call it straight down the middle. I will be a fair, unbiased journalist for once. I've been biased these last couple weeks, so my apologies. I'm not going to acknowledge the Leaders and the Bakery Boys are two different teams until I see it tonight. So 829 Industry Street, you can show up for free and watch. Or if you don't want to show up because of the bad weather, I don't blame you. YouTube, indiewrestling.us is where you can find it. I am going to call this match tonight with Toddy, Lucas. And I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous. With that all being said, though, it is good to see you on Two Jagoffs. My apologies for being late. A lot of fun stuff has happened these last couple weeks. A lot of great games that we're going to talk about. Where's my notebook? There it is. A lot of good, fun games that we have we're going to get into. But before we get into that, we've had some pretty cool interviews recently. I want to recap those with you. This past Sunday, I got a makeover, a much-needed one. I'm going to need another one after looking like this. But The Runway came on the podcast. Calvin Couture and Tyler Klein. How about that? Nothing to say?
Oh, I was going to drink some water. I thought you were going to talk a little bit more.
No, but Runway.
You know what? I don't really know much about 880 Wrestling.
They're Enjoy.
Oh, Enjoy. I know even less. Sorry. I just assumed they were 880.
Well, they're also 880, but yeah.
Enjoy. So why are you yelling at me?
I'm sorry.
I don't really know much about them, so I don't have too much to say.
Second best tag team in Pittsburgh behind TME. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, no one's beating TME. But you know what? If they were able to somehow make you look good for once in your life, then I guess they must be pretty good.
Okay. Well, yeah, they came on the podcast this past Sunday. I had a lot of fun conversations with them. Very, very interesting to hear attack, because I had Psychedelic Dreams on and I had Katie and Derek on. Those are the only times I've ever had two people on at the same time as me. This was interesting because this was a completely different tag team, one that I really am not as close with. I'm really close with Katie and Derek, and I'm pretty close with Sammy and Alea. I'm not as close with Calvin and Tyler until now. I'm very cool with them now, but it was a really cool conversation and I enjoyed it a lot. This Sunday, though, if my week couldn't get any worse, amateur wrestler Reese Hayes will be joining the podcast. He is a leader by example. He's not an original leader. He kind of joined because he's the co-owner of 880 right now. Hardcore champion.
Isn't that the little short dude?
Yeah, little amateur wrestler.
Sorry, I watched him wrestle. It was pretty sad.
No, Reese. I think you're getting mixed up with someone else. Reese was the one with the singlet. Amateur wrestler. He had the hardcore title.
The leader?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Okay. Well, I don't either because he picks on me and kicks me off commentary. But outside of that, Reese Hayes will be joining me on the podcast on Sunday. I actually surprisingly had a good conversation with him, so make sure you tune into that. It's a very, very good episode. Until then, though, next week, I do have an unfortunate announcement to make. There's another leader going to be joining the podcast because obviously there is a week in between the Super Bowl special. We were going to do a Lucas Carries, but I don't think somebody exactly over here deserves to have one after the way he's been treating me these last couple weeks. And also, we have some behind-the-scenes stuff we're working through to make the next Lucas Carries big, because we want to make the debut of Lucas Carries in 2026 better than ever.
You know what? You can say I don't deserve my Lucas Carries and all.
What?
You can say that. You can say I don't deserve it. You can say that somebody over here doesn't deserve it, obviously talking about me. But let's just remember, the episode named after you got canceled.
You know what?
It was so bad that we couldn't even produce it anymore.
That's fair. It's a fair point.
You can call me out, but I'm going to call you out right back.
Well,
just
guess
like with
what?
the Bakery Boys being the most elite tag team at 880.
No, they're not! But I will say this.
You sound like you're going to cry.
I'm going to. I have not slept in 4 days. 4 days, Lucas. Do you see their face? You see it?
Yeah, I see.
I'm going crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad you have a face. You forgot to say old hair. You just said face.
Do you see this whole face? The eyes, the facial hair, the nose, everything. Need woken up.
You just hit the mic with a water bottle.
I did.
Everyone at home now has... what are you doing?
I just need to wake up a little bit. Just need to wake up a little bit.
You just spilled it on the ground more than it got on your face.
I need to wake up. I need to wake up, Lucas. It's literally been 4 days. 4 fucking days.
I think I should have just coasted with the Torseman. Like,
Oh, my
original
notebook's
plan.
wet.
I told you spilled more than you got on your face.
It's the only time I've ever got something wet. Damn it.
See how we know.
Shut up. Shut your mouth. You watch it over there. That's not what I meant. That is not what I meant. That was the first time I ever got something wet in the studio. Not that. You dirty-minded prick. How dare you? You're not lying, but how dare you? I'll walk off. I'll leave.
Please do.
I'll leave.
I'll take over the recap with the Torseman.
That
was my original plan. If you'd prefer, and I can recap the games actually.
That water made me want to sleep.
Let me just pull them up because I'm probably gonna need to. You're just so tight over there. I might need to do the recaps for you.
I got it.
NFL.
Well, we're not gonna do NFL yet. I have one more thing to get into
Go ahead.
before we do that. Carl's returning next week. If you couldn't get the hint by now, Carl will be coming back to the podcast. It's not. So I don't know how to brand this, Lucas, because you know how we usually have returning guests on Thursdays now, like we did with Katie and Derek. Well, Carl technically was on the podcast before when he was Kevin Homo, because we interviewed him a while ago. And he's also done a multitude of game shows and other random episodes with us before. But he's never been on as Carl. So is this a returning guest? Is this a debuting guest? I don't know. How am I branding it?
Return.
You see what I mean now? Because it's not like it's Kevin coming back on. It's Carl. And he's probably going to be in that damn leader shirt knowing him.
I mean, let's say I was the host of 2 Jagoffs. If you went from Austin to Austina, I wouldn't say that you're like a brand new guest.
Well, my nickname's not Austina. It's JFK, apparently, to you. Shut up.
Mainly correct
You-
right now.
Anyway, I'm awake now. Let's get into these games. Los Angeles Rams defeated the Chicago Bears last week. We're going to go through...
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah, we're gonna
Before we
recap first.
Before we get started?
Yes, of course.
There is one person
It's all wet.
that sells the perfect NFL bracket out of everyone that he's given a playoff bracket to. This guy.
I can't even be mad. Congrats, dude.
Thanks.
I can't be mad at you for that. That's actually pretty impressive.
I mean, I'm going to have 0 games right after this week going into the Super Bowl, but
Why, you don't...
I'm not confident in either one of my picks.
Well, we're going to get into that. I'm actually excited to talk about these games with you. I've been waiting all week. So I want to start off with the recaps because let's just say this. 2 of the 4 games last week were incredible. The other 2 were god-awful. We'll just leave it like that. So let's talk about the god-awful games first, get them out of the way. New England Patriots, Houston Texans. This was a 28-16 victory. Drake May, of course, led the victory against C.J. Stroud, the Houston Texans. In the last 2 playoff games, I'm talking about Pittsburgh and New England, C.J. Stroud has accumulated a total of 10 turnovers. That being
Didn't he only have
fumbles,
3 during the regular season?
interceptions. Yeah. C.J. Stroud completely sold the Houston Texans. And I'm going to pass this over to you in a second, okay? But when I watched this game, I was very interested to see how Houston's defense is going to square up against New England's defense. And what I mean by that is obviously it's opposite sides of the field. Drake May is facing this vicious Houston Texans team that DeMeco Ryans did a great job at building in the offseason. And then you got New England's defense going up against C.J. Stroud, who we relatively saw struggle against Pittsburgh back in the wild card round. I was very shocked to see that Houston's offense got so far behind so early in the game because usually Houston is the type of team that march downfield, put up a score, and make a statement, and then they start to trail behind. This was a team that looked defeated right from the get-go. They did not look like they were willing to win. Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, my gosh, what a scary defense. This is supposed to be the defense of the century, guys. This is supposed to be one of the best defenses that we've seen in a while, and C.J. Stroud completely sold it. So the question now going into the offseason isn't going to be whether or not the Houston Texans get the job done. The question is going to be, is C.J. Stroud actually the quarterback of the future? Because you can't go into 2 straight playoff games and play like that. 10 turnovers in 2 playoff games in a row against a mediocre defense and a New England team that also had a lot of question marks going in the playoffs. I'm sorry, you cannot do that if you are C.J. Stroud. So I am not shocked at all by this win from New England, but I am very disappointed, in C.J. Stroud. Thoughts on the game?
I was about just as disappointed in C.J. Stroud as I was in New England's offense.
That's fair.
You had that many turnovers and you only put up 21 points?
28.
28 points, sorry. I was honestly quite shocked, you know. Because I saw that C.J. Stroud turned the ball over 4 times before I saw the actual score of the game. And I was like, oh man, New England might have put up like 30 points or so. I saw 28. I was shocked, to say the least. Just goes to show how good the Houston's defense is, because they got a good record this year. They won the first round of playoffs. That defense is elite. I don't care what anyone says. I don't think anyone's arguing that, but
no, not at all.
It's easily best in the league right now. Yeah, I don't really know what they do in the offseason here. I don't know if they... It depends what Ryan's thinks. I mean, obviously, D'Amico Ryan's knows more about C.J. Stroud than anybody else looking outside is, even like the offensive coordinator and all that stuff. He knows best. Whether or not he wants to surround him with more weapons on offense, because I will say their offense isn't the greatest. They have a history of being hurt. His first 2 years, he never had his weapons fully healthy.
Mm-hmm.
This year, they also dealt with more injuries. He hasn't had his best running back the entire season from an injury.
Yeah, Nico Collins was also out too. So
Nico Kuhns is out a lot. So you either got to say, hey, he does have a lot of talent. It's just hard for him to use on the field. Let's build around him. Or you look at other options. I personally don't think they're going to be able to get another quarterback this draft, though, so I think they're going to build around him.
You know what? That's fair. And I'm also very excited to see the way New England plays, too, going into this next round. Because, I mean, although they also had some struggles in that game themselves, this is definitely one of those teams that it's like, wait a minute, this is that old school building from the ground up mentality. Mike Vrabel came in here and immediately made this team disciplined and ready to win. So I'm very excited to see them in the next round. Before we get into that, let's go over to the NFC side of things. Overtime victory, 20-17, Los Angeles Rams defeating the Chicago Bears. I got to give Caleb Williams credit. He had one of the best all-time throws in playoff history. That off the back foot pass where he kind of ran all around behind center and just heaved it in the end zone. I think it was to Cole Kmet, if I'm not mistaken. Right to Cole Kmet. My gosh, what a play. Unfortunately, that was not able to get the job done. LA ended up marching downfield and winning in overtime. But that pass right there to tie up the game was just incredible. And I got to give Caleb Williams all the credit in the world. And I think I'm going to finally take back comments that I made a couple years ago. I don't know if you feel the same or not, Lucas, but I said a long time ago Caleb Williams will be a bust in the NFL. I don't know if you remember this or not. I was listening back to some old episodes, and me and you had some pretty harsh words to say about Caleb Williams. I said he seems like the type of guy that is not going to be disciplined in the NFL. He seems like the type of guy that's going to be too egotistical. Obviously, remember, he wanted to get paid right away and have some ownership in the NFL. There was a lot of rumors about him going into the NFL. I think it's finally time we put those rumors to rest and we say, no, he has the right head coach teaching him in the locker room. He has the right weapons built around him with guys like DJ Moore and Loveland and Burden and Kmet. Caleb Williams deserves to be in the NFL, and I think it's fair to say Caleb Williams is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL as of right now. LA, though, man, I mean, it's hard to stop McVay. It's hard to stop Stafford. It's hard to stop Puka. I'm excited for the next round, but this game right here might have been my favorite from the weekend.
Yeah, this was a good game. LA tried to give it to the Bears at the end, but the Bears ultimately couldn't really capitalize on it. I will say Caleb Williams has impressed me. I'm looking to see what he can do next season because, if anything, the team should be getting better this offseason, you would think.
For sure.
I think that Ben Johnson is probably going to have some say in who they draft, and it's probably going to be some good picks. So as long as they build around him, I don't see why they shouldn't be back in the same exact spot next year, just a little bit better. Maybe even making it to the conference. But yeah, the Rams just ultimately were able to capitalize. Don't give the Rams an extra chance.
Fully agree. Now back to the shitty games that we have to talk about. This was by far the worst. Seattle Seahawks defeating the San Francisco 49ers.
This is my favorite game.
Yeah, it's your favorite. Defeating the San Francisco 49ers 41-6. to 6. I thought the Pittsburgh-Houston game was bad. No, this was by far the worst of the playoffs. Listen, San Francisco, in their defense, they did have a multitude of injuries, most of them from this game. I mean, shoot, when you have Fred Warner out, when you have George Kittle out, when you have all your weapons out, when Brock Purdy is practically throwing to McDonald's employees and Walmart baggers, I kind of understand on why you would lose this game this bad. But I'm not going to talk about San Francisco's downfall. I want to talk about Seattle's success. Are we ready to give Sam Darnold his flowers finally? I know my dad hates using that term, but I'm going to use it. Sam Darnold deserves his damn flowers. Even if he loses the conference championship game, this man has taken two franchises that were in question to the playoffs 2 years in a row. What other quarterback can say they've done that? I can't think of one. Not even Tom Brady can say that because Tom Brady lost in New England in his last year in the playoffs. So I got to give Sam Darnold credit where credit is due. This was an amazing game. JSN continues to prove why he's the best receiver. I am a little worried about Charbonnet going down with that injury. Charbonnet's done for the year, but I mean, hey, time to turn on the Jets now, K9. I'm excited, but my God, this game was pitiful. Thank goodness I was down at Kevin's house with him and Ollie watching this game because if I was by myself at home, I probably would have fell asleep.
Oh, God. I just love this game. It just took another piece of your bracket away from you. That's why I loved it so much. I can't say I was surprised. I predicted Seattle. I said that they were probably going to win by a decent score, and what I said happened. So
there we go. And the final game, Denver Broncos defeating the Buffalo Bills 33-30, in overtime. Still a little tired. 33-30 in overtime. This was a great game. This was a really good game. Josh Allen did have some costly mistakes in this game, which ended up costing his team a win. And you can see in his press conference, obviously, he was emotional as so be because of what happened. The biggest news that came out of this, though, was one from the Bills and one from the Broncos. The Broncos' sake, Bo Nix is done for the year. Broken ankle, he's done. Jared Stidham will be the quarterback going forward. Buffalo's biggest news that came out of this game was head coach Sean McDermott being fired because of it. I'll talk about Bo Nix more when we get to the AFC Championship game, but talking about Sean McDermott, Lucas, are you surprised by this move, and what was your thoughts on this game?
I was surprised by this news. I actually thought that they were going to keep McDermott and get rid of that god-awful GM that they have.
Thank you.
That GM is
Thank you.
got to be one of the worst in the NFL. I mean, I don't think he's the worst, but he's got to be one of the worst. He's done absolutely nothing for this team. I think McDermott can probably go to a bunch of teams that have head coaches right now, and he can probably go to a lot of teams that don't have head coaches right now. Some people said the Steelers. I wouldn't mind it. Not my first pick, but also wouldn't mind it at all. But like I said, that GM's got to go. If they don't get rid of that GM within this next week and they actually decide to keep him, I would be shocked. And Josh Allen, he kind of is the reason that they lost this game, but I don't fully blame him. I mean, he's done a lot for this organization since getting there. I mean, you can see that his teammates obviously love him. They all stuck up for him in the conferences too. The one teammate got emotional because Josh Allen took the blame for it. So, it's rough. They have a really bad track record in the playoffs right now. You got to move on from staff and higher-ups eventually. I didn't think it was McDermott's time to go.
See, I'm in so much question right now over this, and I've taken the time to think about this a lot over the last couple days, and I'm actually one of those people that doesn't blame Josh Allen and doesn't blame Sean McDermott. I am agreeing with you 100%. It is Bean's fault. It is their damn GM's fault. The fact that you came out earlier today, as of this record, so it's Wednesday, as of Wednesday, the GM came out and said that Keon Coleman wasn't even their first pick in the draft. It was the owner pushing them to do so. You don't make those kind of comments when that player is actively on your roster. If I'm Keon Coleman right now, you want to know what I'm going to do, Lucas?
Request a trade.
I'm calling up my agent and I'm like, hey, get me up and the hell out of here, because why should I play for a team that doesn't even want me? So the GM is continuing to make mistakes in his press conferences and with what he is saying. Sean McDermott has made costly mistakes in the past, and I've been on record on this podcast saying that if Sean McDermott continues to make mistakes, I believe he should be let go. Under this direct circumstance, though, when the Buffalo Bills are a team that probably shouldn't have been even really in the playoffs this year, a team that is lacking a lot of weapons, a team that is lacking superstar power on defense, and they still were able to get past the wild card round and make it to the divisional round and still put up a solid fight against one of the best defenses in football, I don't think that is a fireable reason. I believe Sean McDermott and Josh Allen should be back in Buffalo next year. But there is a trend right now in the NFL. If you can't win with your superstar quarterbacks now, we are going to let you go. Look at what happened with John Harbaugh in Baltimore. Look at what's happening with Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland. Look what happened with Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh.
Okay, whoa. Kevin Stefanski didn't have a star quarterback.
Well, that's not what I meant. I'm just saying a lot of the veteran coaches. All the veteran coaches are out the door. And Stefanski did have a star in Baker, but that's a whole different story.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess back then, yeah.
Yeah, back then. So all these coaches are finally being let go. I believe out of all of them, I understand Stefanski. I understand Tomlin. I understand Harbaugh. I do not understand this McDermott firing whatsoever. I believe he should still be the coach next year, and this was Buffalo's grandest mistake. But the game itself, amazing game. There were some mistakes on both sides, but this was a really fun game to watch.
Do you think Stefanski's mad that he signed with the Falcons already?
Do you think Stefanski's mad?
Yeah, because he could have probably gone to Buffalo.
I don't know. I would be mad. I'd be upset. I mean, Atlanta's a weird situation because Penix is pretty much playing with two blown out knees every snap, and then you got Cousins. So, I don't know. I would be mad. I would be very mad. But that right there was all the divisional games. Now it is time we get into the predictions. Now it is time we talk about our conference games.
AFC.
I was just about to ask what you want to do first, AFC or NFC? You want to do AFC?
Yeah.
All right, well, since you want to do it so bad, I'm going to let you take over, Lucas. New England Patriots are going to Denver. They're going to the Mile High City to take on the Broncos. Remember, it is Drake May versus Jared Stidham.
Whoa. It's Drake May
Okay.
versus Jared Nick Foles Stidham.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to start off this game first because, I'm the greatest. You know what? Let me be honest with you. New England still being in the playoffs right now is the biggest fraud in the NFL. New England has been handed both games, and they tried handing it back. In the game against the Chargers, they had how many turnovers? Drake May got sacked how many times? And still, the Chargers just couldn't do anything because they were also just as badly banged up. In this next game, they had to verse a very good defense, but they had to verse an offense that didn't even want to be on the field anymore. They kept trying to turn it over. They said, here, please take the ball. And they said, no, we're going to give it back to you. New England should not even be in the playoffs now. And I love Drake May. I've come on this podcast saying Drake May many times this season.
Yes, you have.
I like the team. I think that Mike Vrabel is the second best candidate for Coach of the Year this season. I've also said that multiple times. And I think that they do have a lot of young talent, but it's just they need to build a couple more pieces to fully be out there. And I don't see them winning this game, actually. I still think that the Broncos without Bo Nix should win this game. As long as Jared Nick Foles Stidham doesn't have a crazy turnover problem, throwing interception after interception, they should be able to win this game. If they can get somewhat of a run game going and just decent short passing plays, enough to get first downs a lot, I don't think they have to score more than 4 or 5 touchdowns. Get a few field goals here, then you have to score one less touchdown too. As long as they can keep getting in field goal range, you're good. I really don't think that New England's that much of a threat to them. I think it's going to be a close game because we have the fraud and the injury. But, I'm going to agree with Nick Foles in this one. The Patriots have a history of losing to backups in championship-like games. So, I agree with Nick Foles. I think that Denver still got this.
You know what? I love that take that you have. And it's not just because of the Nick Foles-like run that you're going about. It's actually because I think Jared Stidham is actually one of the quarterbacks that can beat New England. Let's not forget, I know this is a completely different New England team than when McDaniels and Belichick was there, but this is still the New England Patriots we're talking about here. Who was the team that drafted Jared Stidham?
The Patriots.
It was the New England Patriots. Who was the team that thought maybe Jared Stidham could possibly be the successor to Tom Brady? It was the New England Patriots. Obviously, we know the history of Jared Stidham, and if you don't, I'll share it for you. He was drafted by the Patriots. Afterwards, he ended up signing with the Las Vegas Raiders because Josh McDaniels was the head coach there. That ended up being a failed experiment, and Sean Payton, who, keep in mind, has a history of winning with backup quarterbacks. Look at Jameis Winston, really good record in New Orleans. Look at Teddy Bridgewater. Look at Drew Brees when he came over to the Saints. Sean Payton has a history of winning with backup quarterbacks. So, if any coach is going to be able to discipline their backup quarterback in a championship game like this, it is going to be Sean Payton and Jared Stidham. So, I think that Jared Stidham is going to put up a fight against this New England team. But here's the thing, Lucas. As much as it pains me to say this, I'm actually going to disagree and go New England. I'm going to pick the Patriots for the simple fact that I think Drake May right now, outside of Matthew Stafford, is the most complete quarterback in the NFL. This is a guy who does make mistakes at times. He's not a complete bystander to it. But he is the catalyst to New England's success. He is the reason why they won their division. He is the reason why they defeated the Buffalo Bills early in the season and why we're all immediately changed our thoughts on them. And he is going to be the reason why they go to the Super Bowl and possibly, not definitely, but possibly say they're going to have the most Super Bowls out of any other franchise in NFL history. I'm going to go New England over Denver. I really want Denver to win. I think the Cinderella story would be so cool.
Even if New England makes it, they're not winning the Super Bowl. They have no chance against the NFC teams. I'm sorry. No, either of these AFC teams stand no chance to the NFC. The NFC is just too good this season.
That I agree with you on. I agree with you on that. But I'm just saying, out of these two teams, I believe New England's going to put up the bigger fight. I got to go Patriots. It's going to be a close game, though. Don't think just because Bo Nix is down, this game isn't going to be close. It's going to be very close.
Well, if Bo Nix is still healthy, they're winning this game without a doubt.
I agree with you 100% on that.
Now there's a slight doubt, but they're still winning this game.
I agree. My
bracket says so.
Okay. Well, I'm going against my bracket, actually, because I originally had Broncos winning it all the way. So, I mean, if the Broncos do end up winning and go all the way, I'm not going to complain because I get money. But that's besides the point.
I think you've lost too many games. I'm already in the top tier.
Okay, can we go to the NFC thing now?
I mean, if I feel like it, you were late, so and
I was late. You were late last week.
I wasn't supposed to be here last week.
Well, it's not my fault somebody got sick.
Well, somebody got sick. I wasn't even supposed to be here. You're supposed to rock it solo. And I said, you know what? Out of the kindness of my heart for the Jagoff Mafia, I'll show up. I'll deal with you being a pain in my ass the whole time.
Whoa.
And I'll do the episode.
Wow. I guess you got points. All right, NFC Championship game. And this is going to be painful for me to watch because they're two NFC West teams. Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. Listen, I mean, I talked about it earlier. Sam Darnold is just incredible. But guess who he's going up against? He's going up against someone who's even more incredible. Matthew freaking Stafford. I'm in love with this game. I'm going to give my predictions first since you started off last time, and then I want to hear your thoughts, Lucas. Mm-hmm. Without going into a deep, long soliloquy, let's just say this game is going to be won on the ground. Whoever can run the ball the strongest and whoever can stop the run is going to win, and I believe Seattle is the team to do so. I love me some Kenneth Walker. Charbonnet is going to be a painful injury that they're going to miss, but don't get me wrong, this Seattle team is going to get the job done. They're going to the Super Bowl.
I really want to pick the Rams. I have the Rams going all the way in my bracket. And you know what? As I like to say, whatever my bracket says, my bracket does. So I'm going to stick with that. The Rams are going all the way, and the Rams are going to win this game. It's going to be a very close game. It's going to be a high-scoring game, but the Rams have some disdain after what happened in the regular season. And I also saw something online about like how like Sean McVay, like I don't know, like Seattle, I think like one of their coaches like disrespected like another coach in the league or something like that, and he's like friends with them. So now it's like Sean McVay's gonna like beat their ass or something like that. So you know what? It's like the terrible towel curse, but for making fun of Sean McVay's friends, he's gonna bring down all of Matthew Stafford on you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it.
Because my bracket said so.
Because your bracket said so. Well, I like it how we both disagreed on the AFC and NFC teams this time around. So it's gonna be.
I mean, it's nice for you to be wrong every once in a while. So
thanks, Lucas. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, before we end things off today, I do want to talk about a couple of things. And number one, actually being something that we didn't get to talk about yet this week. This is actually our first week back to school. I think this is a good segue into this. Point Park University, I am ending my senior year, I should say, and you are about to end your freshman year of Point Parks. So I am an unk. Neither one of us had class on Mondays due to Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so that was a lot of fun. We got to be off. Well, not really, because I got my ass kicked at the IWC training school, and you went to work. And you worked. So, but Tuesday I had a class. You were supposed to have class, but you went to work instead because of the whole schedule thing. I'll let you explain that later. But today was our first real days of school. So let's get into it. Lucas, how was your first week back to school so far?
Yeah, obviously, like you said, we got to not be here Monday because of MLK Day. I went to work that day, and I also went to work Tuesday because originally I was supposed to have my long day be Thursday and my short day be Tuesday, so I could add on Tuesday to my work schedule. Because currently I work 3 days. I wanted to work 4, get some extra cash in my pocket. This is kind of my fault, kind of not my fault. Kind of my fault because I didn't check the schedule very quick. I decided to wait last minute to check my schedule because I was like, oh, I just need to see what building I need to be in. And I'm like, oh, crap. I got a long day on Tuesday, not Thursday. So I only have one class on Tuesday, but it's from 2:40 to 5:10, which is like bad timing because I get out right in peak traffic time. So I'm probably just going to eat Moe's and like sit in Moe's for like an hour or something like that. Cause
I would do that.
Like it's like I either sit on the bus for an hour or I sit at Moe's for an hour and get some food. So get some queso and some extra chips or something like that. Yeah, now you're hungry.
I don't like queso, but I agree.
Really? Well, this is why your bracket's wrong. God, there's like why so much noises outside today? Construction vehicles, trains, police cars, and fire trucks. That's what I've heard so far. Heard those 4 things.
Welcome to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I know. It's like specifically this area though. Yeah, no. So today was technically my first day of classes. Nice and cold. I got to bundle up, and by bundle up I mean gloves, a hat, and some neck warmer thing. Because all I wear is hoodies. I don't even own a coat that fits me anymore. It was pretty good. I have 2 classes today. I had the GOAT Kyle Archer substituting for one of my classes.
Oh, God.
He's the GOAT. Everyone loves him. I don't know why. They axed him from teaching this semester. Did you know that?
They did, yeah.
Yeah, they axed him. They said there's too many people, so you're getting the short end of the stick.
You know, I'm playing him in basketball.
And you're
in the next 2 months. Oh, no, I'm not. Shut up.
You almost lost to Nick Brown. Sorry, Nick Brown.
I was giving him points, but go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I saw that sweat coming down your face.
Yeah, it was hot in the damn gym.
It wasn't that hot.
Oh, yes, it was. It was like a damn sauna in there.
I was shooting whenever you were on a phone call, and I wasn't sweating.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so I had the GOAT Kyle Archer. Love him. He needs to become a teacher ASAP because he is so much more engaging than any other teacher that I've ever had here besides Angelo. Shout out to Angelo. I gotta go say hi to Angelo.
I have to too.
Not today though, because I want to go home. It's cold. And
I'm going to West Penn after this.
And my mom has things to do, so I got to get on the bus. But yeah, so that was basically my first week. I just had 2 classes. They were very boring. It was just lectures both times. I mean, I got to take Kyle after class. That was fun. But during the class, he had to follow the rules. Ooh.
Ooh, imagine following rules.
Yeah, I know, right? Loser. No, but it's good. It's nice to be back, but I hate being in the city, so it's not nice to be back.
Yeah, I agree. Especially this time of year, it sucks being downtown.
Yeah, they don't put any salt in the walkway, so I feel like I'm gonna slip every 2 steps.
I have slipped before. It sucks. And down here, especially when you're carrying a bunch of shit.
I gotta wear boots tomorrow probably because I'm not walking with.
So I got the dress boots on.
Yeah, I got shoes that have no soles left. Or no bottoms, I guess.
Put the lemon pepper steppers up here. That's what Trick Williams says.
Never talk again.
Okay, I'm
You're
sorry.
not Trick Williams.
Well,
Yo, can this truck just park? I just hear the reverse like beep, beep. Like, God, just park, dude. Like, there's not that many places to back into down
You got
there.
your license, go help him.
I could probably park better than him or hit a building. Either way, it stops the noise.
Okay, well, with that being said, yeah, my first week of the semester was interesting. Literally almost everybody that's in sports comm was in my class yesterday. So I'm sitting next to Matt. Both Jakes are in there. Tyler Beck is in there. I'm trying to think of who else that you would know is in there. Ryan Thiele, who was on the podcast with us, is in there. Connor Howard, Becca. A lot of people that I know. A lot of great people. So that was a lot of fun knowing that.
I feel bad that I'll have to deal with you.
I can also finally make this public now. Corey Graves is my professor. What the fuck? Excuse my language, but what the hell? What the shit? What the farts? What the heckity heck? I can't believe that a WWE commentator is going to be teaching a indie wrestling commentator.
Yeah, having online classes, 97% of that.
I was wondering how the hell he's going to do that because he's going from what, AAA to SmackDown in the UK to Raw in Ireland to Pittsburgh on Wednesday with this weather. I mean, I'd rather be in Ireland right now. It looks beautiful over there. But no, I'm excited for Corey Graves. At the time of this recording, I have not yet had him, but by the time this episode comes out, I will already have him. So very excited for that class.
You're going to be a little fangirl.
No, not really. I'm going to actually try and stay quiet in that class because I already know everybody's going to put me on the spot in there. Everybody's going to be like, oh, hey, look, Corey, you're not the only commentator in here. I'm going to be like, oh, great. Please don't bring me up right now. But speaking of commentary, I actually will be on commentary tonight for Thursday Night Fights, 829 Industry Street. And not only that, I will also be on commentary for Kings of the Cold. Yeah, I had this poster behind me the whole time. Kings of the Cold, Friday, January 23rd. It is at 8 p.m., 829 Industry Street, right in Allentown, PA, right over by Mount Washington, if you don't exactly know where that's at. There's going to be a lot of championship matches. Reese Hayes, who is a guest on the show this Sunday, will be defending the hardcore title against former 2 Jagoffs guest KC War, our buddy. MV Young will be in action against Edric Everhart. The leaders will be there, unfortunately. Sammy Suntimer, Leo Dreams, of course, going to be in the building. Marco Narciso versus Liberty L for the TNF title. A lot of fun matches going to happen. So, yeah, Kings of the Cold. Make sure you buy your tickets online. You can also get them for $20 at the door. You okay over there?
Yeah.
What is that phone? What is that? What is that?
It's my wallpaper.
Show them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot see what Lucas has... Why is the Bakery Boys your background?
Because they're funny.
Why?
I think it turned off. They can see it now. Oh, there we go. They're funny. They're my second favorite tag team.
Zoom in on the back. Do you see who's right there? Look at me. Look how upset I look.
Wow, you're really just biased, aren't you? You're like, oh my God, these guys. Man, you're just biased to everyone. It's their first appearance and you're already being biased to them.
Oh my gosh.
No, I stand up to these guys, so I forget to just like put them as my wall.
Oh, we know. You give them credit like nonstop.
Yeah, I mean they were funny. They made me laugh.
Okay.
You hear that laugh from around the world.
Well, I'm glad to know. I do actually want to end off talking about something serious though with you. I hit the training class. How about that? I'm at the show. What? Well, here's the thing. I just want to make this
Mr.
very...
Glass hit the training, all right.
I did, and I'm very sore. I've been sore for 2 days. I am not a professional wrestler.
Really?
Exactly. Look at me. I am not a professional wrestler. I don't ever have a dream of wrestling a match, but if the time ever came, Lucas, I will be ready. Because this past Monday, I went over to the IWCA training school with Mr. Derek Dillinger and Miss Katie Arquette, the production.
What are you being all fancy, Mr. and Mrs.?
I mean, they're, well, Miss. No, Mr. and Miss. Yeah.
I don't know.
Derek and Katie, the production, damn it. You know, like, take, action.
Yeah, I'm never gonna go, hey, Mr. Derek Dellinger, you look stupid whenever I'm shit talking. I'm like, no. I'm like, no one says Mr.
Okay, well, anyway, Derek and Katie, I appreciate you both so much. And they actually listen to the podcast, so shout out to them, too.
I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to listen to your goofy ass.
Yeah, I had to listen to Derek's goofy ass call me out.
Yeah, well, I mean, good. You deserve to be called out.
Well, that's why he gets called out. That's why he gets called out during the shows.
Oh, about time a wrestler puts you in your place. I mean, the only wrestler that's ever
He put you in your place right afterwards.
Oh, he did. He called me a damn coat rack.
Yeah, and then he punched you.
He did punch me. He punched the
Well
shit out of me.
deserved.
No.
Yes.
Do you know how many times I've been beat up at the studio? I'm surprised Poi Park hasn't sent like an officer down here to check on me.
They don't care about you.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they let me go through a table, so yeah, I guess they don't.
Good.
At a charity event of all places.
I mean, someone has to pay off the security. I do. Why do you think I need an extra day? Trying to go.
You're funny. But no, I did go.
Truth.
Shut up. I did go down to the training class with Katie and Derek this past week, and I ran the ropes. I took some front bumps, back bumps, pretty much everything that you can do. And I didn't know I could do this. I can do the Nikki Bella back over the ropes. I could do that. I could also do the Candice LeRae over and around the ropes. So let's just say this. John, Clayton, anyone at 880 that messes with me, or even if the reset button chooses me at IWC, I'm ready. Not always ready like Matt Cardona, but I'm ready.
I hope Derek Dillinger's frog splashes you.
Do you not like me?
No.
I appreciate the honesty.
You're welcome.
But yeah, no, I am very excited to see what the future comes with that. But yeah, a lot of wrestling stuff going to be happening. You better be there. You're going to be there at IWC. You're going to be probably booing me.
Probably.
Why?
I can't stand you.
Did you see how loud your boo was at 880?
It's going to be just as loud.
Was that last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, last week it was you, Mr. Jack. I don't know if we talked about this publicly. It was you, Mr. Jack Dean, and Carl. You guys came down to, Carl's house, and I met you guys there. Then we all hopped in my car, which was the most chaotic car ride of my life. We obviously got to Allentown, and we actually, I don't want to spoil it right now, but let's just say in a couple weeks we have a bonus promo we did. Well, not even a bonus promo. We shot our Super Bowl special promo down there.
So much for not spoiling it.
Well, I'm going to say what it is, the Super Bowl special promo. We did something special down there, and I'm not going to spoil who, but you took over the promo. We'll just keep it like that. You made some phone calls again.
Got to get stuff done.
I mean, first you ruined my charity event by calling Palace up to put me through a table, and now you're ruining my Super Bowl special promo? Really?
Sometimes you got to take, some... You got to make unlikely frenemies.
Unlikely frenemies now.
Unlikely frenemies with people, because sometimes that's just how to get the best content out there for the fans.
Okay.
Something you'll learn one day, bud.
Well, thank you, Lucas. But yeah, no, again, content this week's going to be pretty fun. Carl is going to join next Thursday, a week from today. This Sunday is amateur wrestler Reese Hayes. And then in 2 weeks' time, we will be bringing our, third annual Super Bowl special. It's going to be a great episode. I'm excited for it. The entire team will be here in the studio. I don't know how we're going to have room for everybody. I mean, there's 4 mics, so we can make it work, but...
Yeah, 2 broken ones.
2 broken ones.
I ain't taking a broken one.
That's fine. Well, me and you get the ends, so... I'll get my green mic. You can have your orange mic.
Dumb and Dumber in the middle.
Deal. What do you mean, Dad and Dumber?
Dumb and Dumber.
Dad and Dumber. No, that's my dad.
Hey, he calls me out, I call him out.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, no. Great episode as always, Lucas. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in to 2 Jagoffs each and every single week. Again, Sunday we have a brand new interview. Very happy with the way things are going right now in terms of content. We've been posting multiple times a day now, posting some old promos, some old clips. We posted the Matt Hardy skit, which was fun. Lucas, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. I know you're not in the mood right now, and I apologize that you got to start off the episode, but I needed that, bro. I don't even think I could do the outro. If you don't mind, I'm going to excuse myself. I'm going to set the headphones down. I'm going to go lay down over there in the corner somewhere. We'll do the promo maybe tomorrow, next week. I don't know. I just need a pump. I'll be back. Just end off the episode for us. You know what to do. Do your I need my phone. Hold on. I need my phone. And I'm not going to do what you did. I'm grabbing all my stuff in one go. Kings of the Cold, 880 Wrestling. Don't forget it. We'll put that right there. Don't forget it. Peace, y'all.
You forgot your notebook.
Bring it home with you.
Oh my God. All right. Well, I guess it's my time to shine here. Any final words? Yes, Austin, I would like some final words. I'm back at Point Park. Very happy to be back. Hoping to cash in on some opportunities this semester. Made the Dean's List last semester, so, gotta keep up the expectations. Brought the Torseman as always. We gotta shout him out. We got the boy Globby Not Robbie. We got the main man himself, Steve, still holding my beautiful pen. Man, just look at him hold that pen. No man holds a pen like Steve can hold a pen. But got the boy Goop, who I apparently am illiterate whenever I say his name. I usually call him Gloop, but it is just Goop. And then we got the main star of the show, Orbit, who has taken over as a fan favorite, even hitting Austin in the head once. So, that's me. That's the Torseman. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of Lucas Carries. That's what we're going to call it because, Austin left. He said I can take over the promo. I'm sure he'll be super pissed off in post-editing, but we're calling it Lucas Carries because guess who started it and guess who ended it? This guy right here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Definitely make sure to tune in. Do I want to shout out this Sunday? I guess I'll shout out this Sunday. Make sure to tune in this Sunday. We got that amateur guy, Reese Hayes. He's just an amateur anyways. And we will see y'all in the next one.